The wilderness makes the warrior. When Ishmael was born, I wept. All the pain, all the shame, all the loneliness, they had led me to this moment. I held life in my arms, and from that moment, he became my everything. I shielded him from the sun, kept the dust from his face, rocked him with every heartbeat. He breathed on my chest, and I lived by the rise and fall of his tiny body. Abram loved him, but he loved differently. He said, "This child must grow strong. He must know how to hunt, how to sacrifice, how to pray." But I stood in the way. "He's too young," I said. "It's too dangerous. Let him rest." I wanted to protect him, from bruises, from failure, from the world itself. One day, Sarai came to me, not with anger, but with a quiet story. "Hagar," she said, "once there was a mother bear who loved her cub too much. She caught fish and fed him every day, so he never had to learn to swim or hunt. When the mother bear grew old and fell ill, the cub starved. He didn't know how to live, and the fish she left behind, they rotted." I said nothing, but the story stuck. Still, I believed my love was enough. Time passed, then Isaac was born. He stumbled, fell, and stood back up. He wrestled with the world and learned its weight. But Ishmael, he remained delicate, withdrawn, always hiding behind my shadow. Friction grew, not just between the children, but within the tents, between the futures we envisioned. One day, Sarai looked at Abram and said, "They cannot stay." That night, Abram sat alone in silence. He prayed for hours. At dawn, he called my name. "Hagar," he said, "I love you, and I love our son, but it's time. You must go. Not because I cast you away, but because God has written a journey for you, one only you can walk." I felt the air leave my lungs. The same man who had cradled my son now handed me a loaf of bread, a skin of water, and turned away. The next morning, I carried Ishmael into the wilderness. The sun blazed above us. The ground was endless. The water ran out. My son grew weaker with every step. Finally, I laid him under a bush, then walked away, far enough not to hear his cries. "I cannot watch him die," I whispered, and I broke. But then, a voice. "Hagar, why are you crying?" I opened my eyes. An angel stood before me. "Do not be afraid," he said. "God has heard the boy's cries. Lift him up, take him by the hand. I will make him into a great nation." I stood, I walked to my son, and as I knelt beside him, I felt something shift inside me. I looked to the heavens and whispered, "God, you are not the one who abandons. You are the one who trains." This wilderness wasn't punishment. It was discipline. You didn't leave us to die. You led us to grow. What I thought was a curse was your love in disguise. I tried to protect him from pain, but you are teaching him to stand. Then the angel showed me a vision. Ishmael, grown, strong, bold, clothed in armor, riding a horse across the sand. A leader, a warrior, the father of tribes. He no longer hid behind me. He stood in front, eyes fierce, hands steady. I turned to my son, still weak beneath the tree, and I said softly, "You will no longer walk in my shadow. You will walk with God. And I will walk beside you, not as your shield, but as someone who believes in the man you will become." And so we walked, into the heat, into the unknown. But I was no longer afraid, because we were not alone. We were seen, and the God who saw me before was still watching.